Hello, it's Desiree Alexander again, and in this video I'm going to show you about Google Cast for Education. You can use it on your new Chromebook. For Google Cast for Education, if you look at the hot dogs, you'll see that you have something called Cast. That's one side of it. Since you will be using it as the adult or as the teacher or however you are using it, you need the second side of it. So everyone has this side that says Cast, but you need to go to your web store and download Google Cast for Education. Once you do that, it will be an extension. So go ahead and download that. When you click on it, say Add to Google Chrome, and you'll see it up here as an extension. Once you do that, you will go ahead and open it up. You'll go through a couple of settings where it'll ask you a couple of questions, and then you'll get to this screen. When you go to Share, this is how you can say who has access to your Google Cast. What Google Cast does is it allows whoever you give access to cast their screen to your Chromebook. If you have your Chromebook actually showing, for example, if you are a classroom teacher and you have your Google Chromebook showing on a projector, you can actually have your students cast their screen to you, and you can tell them to explain a concept using their own Chromebook, but everyone will be able to see it. Even if it's not with a projector, you can tell the student to cast to you when they're done with an assignment, and they can explain it to you without even leaving their desk. So that's what Google Cast is for. So what I have done is I have two users. I have Desiree at educatoralexander.com and Google user 1 at educatoralexander.com. In order for you to use Cast for Education, you first have to use an education domain. So you will not be able to use this with a Gmail account. Second thing is you have to be on the same domain. So notice that both of my account users have at educatoralexander.com as their domain. So you have to be on the same domain. So for example, I could not use this Desiree at educatoralexander.com with Google user 1 at schooldistrict.org. I couldn't use that. It has to be on the same domain. So once you have people that are on the same domain and you want to add them, all you do is you come here and you add either their email address, or if you have them set up by Google Classroom accounts, or however you want to add them. You can come here, click it. You can say, what can you do? Can they just come on and present? I wouldn't suggest that, just because it's nice for you to actually say yes. Because if not, then you could be working on something and a student can just pop on your screen at any time. So I would suggest saying the teachers can present, which means I can pop on their screen at any time, but the student can request. So they can request to be, to pop on my screen. So I would do this, and then I would just simply click add. Once I do that, then I am ready to go. Notice I've already added user 1, and I said that they can request to present. I can also remove their access, or I can change their status at any time. So now what I will do, once I have all of my students set up, is I can do one of two things. So the first thing I can do is actually present to them, and I can have them present to me. So if I want to present to them, I'm going to come here. I'm going to click Cast, and this is what your students would do as well. That is the way that I can cast my screen to the other laptop. But as you can see, it doesn't have a destination. The cool thing about this is if I do not have Google Cast open on the other laptop, such as the teacher laptop, then they won't see a destination. They won't see a destination until, ta-da, I open it on the teacher laptop. So I opened up Google Cast, this one on the teacher laptop, so now I see it as the student. So what I can do is I can say, yes, I want to cast my screen to them. And then what the teacher will have to do is the teacher will actually have to say yes or accept on their screen. And now I am actually casting to their screen and they see everything that I am doing on my screen. So now let me show you the other side. If someone wants to send their computer to you. So what you would do is you definitely have to have this open or again, they won't be able to send it to you. So what that person can do is say, hey, I want to cast my desktop to my teacher and I'm doing this on a separate laptop. So I just said, hey, I want to share this with my teacher. So I'm the teacher. So notice I get this little thing that says, hey, Google user 1 wants to share something with you. And I can say accept. When I say accept, I can now see anything that they're going to do on their screen. Notice I see the mouse moving. Notice that they can go anywhere and do anything. They can come here and go to a different place. I can come here and go to welcome to Google. So they can pretty much do whatever they want to do and I will see it on their screen. So this is their screen moving around, doing whatever they want to do. Now, you can tell that it's not super quick, but it's good enough for a free service where they can actually click on stuff and show me everything that they want to show me on their screen. Now, when they're done, notice they had a little thing that they could stop it, or I can come here and stop it just like this. So now their screen is back to their screen, and now I can accept another person's screen. Or if I don't want to accept any right now, I can just get out of it and no one will be able to send me their screen. So that is Google Cast for Education, a pretty neat tool once you get it set up. And you saw how easy it was to set up. The student side is already there for them. They don't have to do anything except have their Google account. And they can just go to Cast. From the teacher side, you're going to download this and then you're going to add your students. It's really that simple. And then your students will click cast. They'll pick the teacher they want to cast to. And as long as you have this screen up, they can cast to you. Congratulations. You now know how to use Google Cast for Education.